me do our pins. Okay, it's cute. In the pinned videos, we've got blue, red, yellow, and green. We look really cute in this four square.
Oh, we really coordinated that, didn't we?
We did good. Yes. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Thanks so much for being on tonight. We're so excited. This is a bigger call for our team, Zaya on Fire, than normal. And I'll tell you what happened and why it's bigger. I posted in the executive and above page on Facebook that I was looking for some help training on multi-hostess parties this month because we wanted that to be our focus. And got some interest in that. And then I got some people on the side that said, hey, could we like participate in that too? So I think Robin Eddy and Megan Bating invited their team, or they're going to be sharing this with them. And then I don't know, Lindsay and Amy, if you guys invited your team or if you're going to share it with them later. But anyway, we're just spreading the love of all this good information. So I have three amazing ladies on the call, and they're going to talk. We're going to do a panel style about multi-hostess events. And at least if you're on our team, this is our focus for the month. So we are really hoping that everyone books and executes a multi-hostess party this month for maximum efficiency. And we are going to teach you how to do it. These ladies are going to tell you all of their tips and their secrets on this call. So we really want to encourage you guys to figure out a date or more than one where you are going to go out and book that party. Okay, so ladies, do you want to go around and introduce yourself? Maybe like, how long you've been here, where you're from, that kind of thing. Lindsay, you're in my top corner, so why don't you go first?
Hey, I'm Lindsay Harlan. I live in Arkansas. You can probably tell I'm in the South. I am, let's see,
We're
I've
not
been here.
related. We're not
We're
related.
not related. Is
No.
that the craziest thing? But we
Yeah.
are cousins. We say that every time we
We're
see each other.
Zaya cousins.
Usually on incentive trips, we always stay next to each other because of our last names, I think.
We do.
So I live in Arkansas. I've been with Zaya. It'll be 6 years in August. And I'm a coach's wife. My husband is a baseball coach, Division I collegiate coach. And so he's in the heart of season right now. And so we're busy. But two young kids, 5 and 7. I'm like, how old are they? Yeah. So that's where we're at. It's crazy.
Thank you for being here. Okay.
Yeah.
Amy.
Hey, you guys, I'm Amy Richard, and I live in the suburbs of Chicago. I am a full-time Zaya rep and have been with Zaya. It'll be 5 years in August. I have 3 little kids, going to be 7 this week, 4 and 20 months. You guys, I hate saying 20 months. It's so stupid. So annoying. By the 3rd one, it's like, I don't know how many months this kid is.
Just
I don't
little.
know. She's so ridiculous. Anyways, and that's it.
Okay.
I have a husband.
Okay. Cindy.
I'm Cindy Krieger. I live in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area, just a little suburb in there. This September will be 4 years that I've been with Zaya, which is crazy. I have 2 right behind you, Amy, 2 19-month-olds, 2 boys that keep me crazy busy. And I have a full-time job as well. I'm a director of alumni relations at a high school in the area.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm so grateful that you're here. All right, so we're just going to get into it. I've got some questions, and those of you listening, if we have some time at the end to open it up for questions, we will do that. So jot them down as we go. Okay, so I want to know what you love about multi-hostess parties and how often you try to run them. And we'll just do the same. We'll start with you again, Lindsay, and then next question I'll start with Amy.
Okay. I don't do them a lot right now during season, but I do love them for that reason, because if you're going to run one party, you may as well have multiple people. It just makes better use of your time. So I'm a 100% for it. But it just depends on if I go in phases. Like, I'm not Amy. I don't always party. I don't feel like I always have to party. I feel like my VIP carries me enough. So when I do party and I have one or two lined up, I try to get it more.
I like that. Okay, Amy, how about you?
Yeah, I do one multi-hostess party a month. Every single month I block my calendar and I pick one week that I'm gonna party. I only party 1 week out of the month, and I pick that week, and I know, like right now, if you ask me when I'm partying in July, I could tell you. So I pick my week 6 months in advance, so that when I am asking for parties and somebody tells me, no, I don't want to party in May, I'm going to say, okay, well, here's what I got for June. And here's, oh, you don't want to party in June? Here's what I got for July, right? I've got my party calendar set, and I do it based around my life, right? I'm not partying when I'm on vacation. I'm not partying around the holidays. I'm picking the week of my month that works the best for me, and I'm only partying 1 week. So I typically, my 1 week that I do each month has anywhere from 6 to 8 hostesses. That's what I do. That's what I can handle. If you've never done a multi-hostess party before, I really recommend sticking with like 3 or 4 and figuring out how to really do that well and not really going more than 4, because it does get to be a lot if you want to do it well. And so that's what I do. I pick 1 week each month and I just plug, if you want to party next month, okay, well, I've got the week of May 6th available. Does that work for you? No, you're going to be in Tahiti. Okay, then let's look at June, right? I run my business, I pick my schedule, and I pick 1 week a month. And if you want to party with me, that's when we're partying.
Okay, I love it. Cindy.
So I've done, I think over the last 4 years, I probably do it every 3 to 4 months. And I would say it's probably when I'm really driving a goal. All of a sudden it like occurs to me, oh yeah, multi-host parties. I should do that again. So I like forget, kind of like Lindsay comes and goes with it as well. I really love partnering with either a sideline or a downline Zaya sister, because so we combine the group, and it really even saves you more work. So having a full-time job, we pick a day. So actually I kicked off one today, and we have 7 hosts between the 2 of us. And I was in charge of posting today. My counterpart rep is in charge of posting tomorrow. So it really, and obviously I'm in there posting and tagging my hosts and keeping them engaged. But I really find partnering, and not everyone partners well. Some people run on their own flawlessly, and that's fine. And I have tried with some other people, and you just have different styles, and that's okay. But I have found a couple people that we roll really well together, and we have similar styles. So I like partnering if you can. It also brings a different voice, and I love certain items that other people don't. And so if that sideline rep loves other things, it diversifies what we're sharing.
Yeah, I love that. That's so fun. Okay, good. So good, ladies. What is your setup process for this? Like, if you could walk us through that? And a lot of questions came in about what platform you use, especially with the new, thing coming out about, scheduling services kind of going away. So if you could talk through that, that'd be great. Amy, why don't we start with you this time?
Yeah, so my multi-hostess parties are through a group on Facebook. I use boards for my party content. So I store and organize all of my content in boards, and then I just use Facebook Scheduler and pull my content from boards to schedule my posts. The way that my parties work, multi-hostess specifically, so the Tuesday before the party's gonna start is the day that I reach out to my hostesses all individually and ask them and offer the rep opportunity. Okay. So on Tuesday, I reach out to them. If they're not going to be a rep, then on Thursday, I set up my hostess chat with all of my hostesses in one chat where I can coach them all together. Okay. So Thursday I do that, and then kind of just do like a check-in. They all introduce themselves, that kind of a thing, just make sure we're all accounted for. And then Friday morning, I give them access to the party group and start coaching them on inviting. Saturday and Sunday, Saturday I do like interactive posts, this or that, just kind of starting to get people participating in the group. Sunday is all just general Zaya information. And then we kick off on Monday. Monday's bras, Tuesday's leggings, Wednesday's joggers, Thursday's a menagerie of tops, just depending on the season. Like that one's like more, that day changes the most, I would say, because just depends on what season it is. Friday's just kind of like wrap up, and then through the weekend is all just like helping customers shop and doing shout outs and different things like that. And then we end the party on Sunday, unless there's a Maker Monday on Monday, then I'll extend the party one more day. And that's kind of the format of my party.
Okay, there was a question about boards, and I said it's just an app for your phone.
Yep.
But what Boards does is, so it's a keyboard app. So like you can grab, you can save things on the side, and you can
It's
grab it.
basically like a one-click copy and paste.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like
That
you just like pull up your Boards keyboard, hit this post, and it plops it into your Facebook, and then you just schedule it.
It's honestly, you guys, I know there's a lot of concern about like the scheduling, the post my party and since you're going away, but honestly, I think Boards is every bit as good, if not better, because it's just the same thing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
can you use Boards on your desktop?
Yes. Yep. It's also a website.
Hooray. And didn't we get an email with some Boards training that just came
Yeah.
through?
Yeah, that was my level 1 rep. Haley just did that training for the whole company.
Go Haley. Yes. Okay. Awesome. And Facebook Scheduler is super easy to use too. I love doing that. And one of my favorite things, you guys, when I'm scheduling posts, I have a walking pad in my office, and my favorite thing is getting on that walking pad, and I can do all my work from my phone doing that. And I feel like I'm getting double credit. Okay.
Absolutely.
Cindy, how about you? How about your setup process?
So I also use Facebook. I just use a private group. And I think I've really varied. So the length of Amy's, I probably haven't done that long. I'm a shorter, condensed, and I try and do it in 3 to 4 days if I can. I love that idea of all the hosts together, though. I haven't done that yet.
You know what, Cindy, you know what's great about that is one of the reasons, and I'll probably talk about this in one of my answers, is one of the best parts about that hostess chat is that they like have fun with each other and they build camaraderie. And I find that, at least I feel that by me coaching them all together and them feeling that community, that they can almost feel like what it would be like to be on my team if they were a rep, and know like what this whole like feeling is. And I feel like they get excited about the rep opportunity when I then bring it up to them again in the party, because they've been a part of this like fun little like group for a couple of days,
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, so it depends if I'm doing it myself or with another rep, but we'll get together and decide if there's a theme. So I did do one recently for baseball moms, and they were really interested in certain colors, certain items for spring and summer. So it kind of depends what season I'm in or what the hosts are looking for. And if it aligns, we just sort of run with a theme. If not, it's just a general party, and that's okay too. And then we'll have them probably take a day and a half-ish to invite people. Some people are last minute hosts. So their people come in very last minute. And then I'll try and host or post rather probably the night before I start, just sort of, hey, we're excited to party with you. Who are you hosting with? So we can kind of start connecting people. And get people starting to talk and engaged. And then I'll start the day with general Zaya stuff and kind of roll. I do really the highlights like light and tights, bras. I don't get too into the weeds, so I keep it high level. And then if people are showing interest in, a particular area or style, then I'll start highlighting things. Sometimes I'll take a poll to say, what are you interested in? Kids, men's, can I show you those things? But otherwise I keep it very general, because I think it can be very overwhelming. We have so much that I'm trying to keep it succinct. Yeah, and I try and run it like 3 to 4 days. And I just do the scheduler Facebook posts. I haven't used anything else to date, actually. I try and keep it pretty simple.
Okay. Where do you store your pictures, Cindy? Do you have like an album on your phone?
Yeah, I could probably be better about that time-wise.
That's
I'll
okay.
like
Couldn't we all?
I'll actually go back to past parties
Yeah.
sometimes, and I'll just pull content and edit it accordingly.
Mhm.
That admittingly is something I need to probably shore up a little bit, but
You might really
yeah.
like the Boards app. The Boards, yeah, the Boards app, because it keeps your pictures right there. And then I don't think you have to have them on your phone.
So I saw someone just asked, like, how do you streamline your pictures and stuff? If a post only has like 1 or 2 graphics that go along with it, I store those in Boards, but it's not super user friendly if you wanted to upload like 15 pictures to a post. So I have albums in my phone. Like I have albums for like, you know, unwind joggers, whatever, and I only do staple items in my parties. So I stick with like the staple items and the colors that we're always going to have. And then I might throw in, if we have something that's really hot right now, then I'll throw that in. But I
So
try to
if
If
stick
you
with
really want to get people
staple
talking, talk
items.
about bodysuits.
Yeah.
Is that controversial?
Yes, people talk.
That's hilarious. Okay, Lindsay, what do you want to add to this? How do you set up
So,
your parties?
I'm very similar, but I run mine Tuesday through Friday, like actively posting, and then I leave the link open through the weekend because we're baseball family. I'm not going to be on my phone on the weekend, but I will check in to answer questions, but I'm not actively posting. The thing that I like to do because it just works for my brain a little bit better, I tried Boards. I've tried everything that Zaya has ever partnered with or anybody with Zaya has ever partnered with. And that stuff stresses me out. So I cancel it. And so I do it the free way. I have a shared album on my phone that I made and shared with all of my new reps. And I'm actually going to do a training for Natalie this weekend or Friday on this. But I made an album. It's a new 2024 party format album, and it's got literally every graphic I would ever put in my party that I run. And I share it with my new teammates. And then, because I'm like back in the Stone Ages, I have it all in my notes in my phone, like in order. So it says like product highlight number 1, Latin Tots. And then it has a little blurb about the Latin Tots. So I just copy and paste the blurb into Facebook and then go just pick because I do a lot of pictures to mine. So I would probably put like 10 pictures per post so they can scroll through it. But it's free. And I like that. And I use Facebook Scheduler too. So I try to do that the night before. Like I have a party that's starting tomorrow, and when I get my kids to bed tonight, I'll go ahead and pre-plan just tomorrow. I just do one day at a time. And then something I will mention that we did not talk about that I have done. That is sometimes when we have big things like a multi-hostess or the founder's favorites, when we did that in November, I ran a multi-hostess party in my VIP group to get more people in there. I mean, I've heard people do it for other things before, and I was like, dang, that's like the smartest thing. I'm not ever going to recreate the wheel. I feel like with Zaya, like who invented that? I don't know. But I'm using it. So that's what teachers do, right? So you just have your hostesses in the party and you run a party in your VIP group. And I mean, my people have been there for 6 years. They know everything, but it's just something fun that they can see. And these people are hosting and they're getting rewards. And I shout out orders and I shout out level rewards that they're at. And it just kind of is a refresher. And I do highlight newer items. And anyways, so it's fun and it builds your community up.
I love that. And it's it like re-engages your VIP group because all of that interaction just boosts everything. And then your VIP group's hot again. So good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it for everything. I would just do it
Right.
like
Once in a
twice a year.
while.
Yeah.
Once or twice a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, girls. Let's talk about, I think, Lindsay, I'll start with you. Oh wait, or Cindy, it's your turn to start. Talk through what the party looks like time frame. Do you do a battle? Anything you didn't already mention before that you want to talk through?
A lot of it was covered with the timeline. I think I also schedule around my life, which changes. So I'm not always like a Tuesday to Friday person. I'm not it varies. Like I started one today, but I prepped it Saturday. We posted a little bit yesterday and I kicked it off today, and we'll run it through new releases and probably give people Thursday, Friday to wrap things up. So I kind of move and ebb and flow with my schedule and what works, which is different all the time. And that's okay. And I usually always extend it. I always tell people a shorter timeline. I think in my head, it's longer because people like to feel like, oh, we're extending it for you. But I will offer, oh, I think we're talking about incentives next, though. I won't do that. So I try and run it probably 3 to 4 days with posts and then let people sit on it for a couple days to think.
And do you do a battle of the hostesses, Cindy, or is it just like we're all
I
ordered?
have done that initially. I didn't go well with my hosts. I feel like I would have someone who knocked it out of the park. And then this poor other person had like 2 purchases and they felt like really sad about it when really they still had an okay party and they learned about Zaya and I got new customers. So I felt like it was
Yeah.
sort of icky for me.
Yeah, I
And
think
so,
that the battle of the hostess gives it like a negative feel.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I that's how when I first did a multi-hostess party, that's what I did. And I was like, ew, I don't like this. It's kind of mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But I like Lindsay said, shouting it out, like when people are at certain levels, that's encouraging, I
Yeah.
think.
Mhm.
I
But
agree.
yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay. And that's okay. But if you guys do like it, like anybody listening, and you don't feel that way, that's okay too. The nice thing about this is that you get to do it how you want. Okay, Lindsay, anything you want to add to that? As far as
I
like,
don't think so.
okay.
You know, I've done stuff before where in the hostess chat, I'm like, kind of not really a battle, but like, hey, if you're the top winner, if you get the most sales, then you get X, Y, and Z on top of your rewards. But I mean, I don't honestly, I don't feel like I don't like that either. It just kind of puts them against each other, you know, like I want them there like cheering each other on. And then if you automatically like say only one winner, like they've automatically like turned against each other. So
Mhm.
I'm not a battle of the hostess person.
Okay.
So no, and I don't do anything different than what we've already talked about. Said it all. Like,
Amy, how about, why don't you answer this question that Maria just had? Because I bet a lot of people have that question. How many posts do you schedule per day?
Yeah, and I'll answer the question above that too. Somebody asked, do you make just one group for your hostesses and invite their guests? So yes, I make just one party group. All the hostesses invite to the same party group, and then they each have their own shopping link to answer that question. How many posts per day? Typically like 6 to 8 per day. Like for example, like today I did bras in my party. I do all-star, bomber. Right now I'm doing weave and girls' night out, and then I talk about using bras as swimsuits. So that's really like all I'm highlighting on bra day. And then like I do like at the end of the day, like post a graphic of like all the bras, right? And say like I didn't talk about all of them, but here's all of them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I would say like 6 to 8 per day, just depending on, you
Mhm.
know.
Because mine are shorter, I do more. I try and do a cadence of probably, which may or may not be too many for other people, probably every 2.5 to 3.5, 4 hour time frame. I try and like space things out that way when I'm doing the highlights. But if I have a post that's really like taking off, I'll stop posting and let people stay engaged and commenting.
Mhm. And the question, how does the hostess rewards work for multi-hosts? It's the same for single. Yep. You're just getting more people in to get your content, but your hostesses still have the same reward.
Hey, is there food here?
Oh,
Are you gonna
no
grab
food,
it?
no food on this call. That'd be really fun. We can have some appetizers and desserts. Okay, do you change content for repeat hostesses or keep the post the same?
I do. I mean, like I still highlight basics, but I'll add in like the match point dress or a Grand Slam skirt or something fun that we still have in stock. So I won't like completely redo all of my stuff, but I add in new posts for repeat reps, or if it's like a party from a party, like you booked a party, they've
Mm.
already seen it, and there's a lot of similar people in there. I'll change it up just a little bit.
You guys want to weigh in?
I don't change mine.
I don't really change mine either. Not that I'm not one of the
I mean,
panelists.
I change it per like I just do the basics, so I don't really change it.
Well, I think you can do the basics, but it changes because we offer new things and different things. So
Right.
you're still offering the same, but the look and
Right.
that's different.
It's hard to keep it would be hard for me to keep organized. Like the hostesses, at least in my business, aren't signing up to host every other month or anything like that. So I don't think I would remember what I posted 6 months ago
Same.
or, Okay. All right, ladies, this is so great. You guys are so smart. How about let's talk about incentives. What incentives do you offer during the party? And I don't remember where we were, so anybody can just start.
Lindsay, you go first.
Okay. I do participation. Well, okay, so it just depends, but I my first like post of the party is like comments and participation get you more entries to win. But I'll do when we had the coupon codes, I would give those away. But now I feel like people don't bite. For me personally, a $10 I gift card, so I raise it to 20. But I have a ton of free gift cards, or not free. I spent the money, but the promo that we just had that was spend 100 get 25. I feel like I have a lot of those that I can just hand out, and I kind of did that on purpose too. I give those away. So, and I feel like they do good. I've done the comment participation, get you a free draw or in a drawing for a free item of your choice or a free legging. And for some reason it doesn't, I don't know. It's all right.
So I think what's really important, I'm going to talk through mine, but I think what's really important is that like you do what makes sense to your business and also what makes sense to the amount of hostesses you have. So for example, I do 8 hostesses in my party. So that's a lot of volume typically. And so I can offer a good amount of giveaways based on that, but I still budget the way that is smart for my business. So I do, the first one I do is the first $500 orders are entered to win a free bomber bra. And then I use my own hostess rewards to purchase that bomber bra. So it costs me $0. And I just have to ship it to that winner. So that's the first one I do. Basically costs me $4. We'll call it shipping $4, right? Now, if I didn't have 8 hostesses, if I only had 1 hostess or 2 hostess, I would probably adapt that to being, because you can't guarantee you're going to get 5 $100 orders. And in my opinion, if you put it out there and you get one $100 order, you have to deliver that giveaway because that person is expecting a chance at a free bomber bra. So you have to do something that you're confident in being able to achieve. So if that's 5 $75 orders, maybe that's what you change it to, or 3 $100 orders, or whatever makes sense to you, right? So that's the first one I do. I also do just a generic party giveaway that happens at once the party is completely over. We're done partying, and they can earn entries all through the party. They can earn entries for booking a party. They can earn entries for joining my VIP group. They can earn entries for commenting on the designated posts through the week. And then everybody earns 1 entry for every $25 that they spend. I do that at the end of the party, and I do it based off of how well the party did. So if the party, I add up, so if I had, I'm going to do 4 hostesses because otherwise the math is going to get a little crazy here. But let's say I had 2 hostesses hit level 1 and 2 hostesses hit level 2. I do one $10 gift card per level that was hit. So I would do, for the hostess that hit level 1, that's a $10 gift card, another $10 gift card, and then 2 and 2. So that would be 6 $10 gift cards for the party. I don't split it up by hostess. It's just a general party drawing, and I only do max gift card I give away is $10. I never give away more than $10. So I would do 6 $10 gift cards at the end of the party once it's over, for them to then shop with me as a VIP, right? I also, depending on how the party goes, the only other giveaways that I throw in there is on Tuesday night, I do the party poll post. I know you guys have all seen it. It's like, are you ready to shop? Not right now. I want to host a party, you know, that graphic that like tells us like where you're at. I do a giveaway just specifically for that post. So I say, if you comment on this post, you're entered to win. I either use, since we've had all these coupons, I use a coupon, or I just do a $10 gift card, and I draw that the very next day so they can use it during the party. So I do that on Tuesday night with the party poll, and then I do another one like that on Wednesday with a wish list post that says like, comment 2 items that are on your wish list or in your cart right now, and you'll be entered to win a gift card. And I do that drawing on Thursday, and they have to use the gift card during the party as well. So those are the 2 that I do during the party. Now, if I, again, only had 1 or 2 hostesses, I probably wouldn't offer a gift card on that giveaway or on that post, because it wouldn't make sense, right? And then I do one more giveaway on Friday. I post, send me a thumbs up and you're entered to win. I do a free item, $49 or less. So all they have to do is send me a personal message with a thumbs up, which the goal of that is to get them in my inbox so I don't have to reach out to them. They're messaging me. And I do that giveaway then on Sunday night and draw the winner, and I use my Hostess Rewards to purchase that item. So again, that costs me $0. So those are the giveaways that I do.
Love it. Thank you, Amy. Okay, Cindy.
So what I try and do when I close parties for myself is I'll always try and nab something as a future giveaway. So I kind of have a stockpile. And what I'll do is, so the one I kicked off today is kind of spring themed. So we're doing like a spring essentials pack that you can win. And it's included, there's like a 2-pack of socks. There's a baseball cap. What else did we put in there? One of the shakers. So we kind of made this whole pack together, but the other rep and I accumulated these things over time, and then we're just packaging it together. And how you're being entered into that for this party is any minimum of $50 purchase gets you 1 entry, $75 minimum 2, $100 3, and so on. And so that's how you get entered to win that whole pack. But that's through the course of the whole party. But then in individual posts, we decided we'd like to do some participation giveaways as well. And I do non-Zaya stuff. I'll send over like a $5 Starbucks or a $5 Target gift card, because people get really crazily jazzed about those things. And you can just email those. So it's not too costly, and it's just something fun that you can send to people, makes them feel really good. The other thing I've done kind of similar to Amy is if the first, and I pick 100 is probably higher for me for my customers. So I may do a 75, sometimes 50, but the first 5 people, let's say, to spend that will get entered in a drawing for, like, example, a $10 gift card. Or like we just had the bonus, if you spent 100, Zaya would give you the gift card. I would go back to those people who earned that with their party purchase and say, if you want to use that in the party now for a second order, I'll reimburse your shipping. So you just try and like generate, if that's something you can do. So any second party orders, I usually reimburse their shipping. Like today, so someone already made some purchases before our party started, and then the sale happened today. So I did tell those people, if you want to take advantage of the sale, I'll reimburse your shipping for the second order. So it's not really a giveaway, but it's an incentive, I guess, to keep purchasing that way.
Such great ideas. And I just want to remind everybody that, I think a lot of times we're trying to look for, like, we don't want to spend too much money, and, we want to keep it cheap and whatever, and that's fine and good, but also it is a business and sometimes you have to spend money to make money. So remember that it is an investment in your business. One thing that I do, ladies, is I love to reward the first order, just because sometimes if you have a party that's crickety, getting that first order where then you can take the screenshot or make the graphic and then tag them, thank you for your order. It's like sometimes it just takes that to get things going, and I'll do like something really small, but okay. That was so super helpful. I know we like to keep these calls to 30 minutes and we're over. So I don't know if anybody has, maybe we'll just do a few questions in the chat that we didn't go over. You guys can post them. Do you guys have any last minute words of wisdom if we don't have questions?
I will
I-
say go ahead.
No, you go.
I will say these are really helpful. I find there's these hosts that you've all had them. They're like, yeah, I'll host. And then you try and nail them down for a date. And then you do that like 3-4 times, but all of a sudden you're like, oh, hey, I'm doing this group hosting and they're all about it. So I feel like it's really beneficial. 2 of mine this week are like that. I was like dragging their feet to get them to host something, but they're all about this group. And even if it's nothing, they have no purchases and it's crickets. I feel like it's beneficial because they see what a party does, they see what it's like. So then when I go back to them to say, okay, maybe that wasn't, the most successful, I won't phrase it that way, but maybe we
your
could
party
do,
really sucked.
it really sucks. So how about this? I would, then they know. I feel like sometimes the familiarity of like, I don't know what this party thing
Yes.
is. So it can be really helpful to get people over that hump.
Yeah, I think it takes the pressure off because it's not just all about them. There's other people involved here. And I think for me, the most important thing when it comes to having a successful multi-hostess party is your coaching of the hostesses and the engagement in your group chat with the hostesses. I think that I think that's true for all parties, is like your coaching of your hostess can make or break your party, because I know like we talk a lot about like the posts that you're doing, the content, but you guys, nobody's freaking looking at the posts. Like they've
That's
been
a
in the
great
group
point.
they've been in the group all week, and you
That
do
is
your
such a
reach
great
outs
point.
and they're like, yeah, I haven't looked at anything all week.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh.
okay, well, here's the website, and that's really all you were going to do anyway. So anyways, but that's
That's a
side
good
note. But
point.
I mean, it's true.
It
But
is.
if you're coaching your hostesses to do what you need them to do and they're doing it, that is what is so impactful. And I like to, I compare this to like, when you like applaud one of your kids for cleaning up their room, then the other one's like, okay, well, I'm going to go clean up my room because mom just like said she did a good job. I do that with my hostesses too. So like if I tell my hostesses like post on your personal page, then I go to their personal pages, screenshot their post, send that to the group chat and like, hey, Sally, this is a perfect post. Thank you so much for posting on your personal page. And then all of a sudden all the other hostesses do it, right? Or like if they, post a personal picture in the group, I'm like, oh my gosh, Kelly, this is exactly what I wanted you to do. And then all of a sudden everybody else does it, right? So like, using positive reinforcement is like so impactful when it comes to like coaching your hostesses, and also like just keeping them engaged. Like, so-and-so just got the first $100 order. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, go you. Like, that's so exciting. And I don't know. It just like creates like good camaraderie and fun. I saw somebody asked, how do you get people to host? And I told Katie, we talked about this in our chat when we were talking about questions. I was like, oh my gosh, booking parties is like a whole nother can of worms. But honestly, you guys, when it comes to multi-hostess, you have to just ask somebody if you've never done them before. You've just got to like call in a favor from 3 people that you know would be great hostesses. Because once you do one party, the people that just participate in the multi-hostess party, that's all they're going to have experience. So when you go to book them a party, they're just going to assume that's what the format was. So you just got to get that first one down. And then you don't even have to explain what a multi-hostess party was because they just participated in it. So they're just going to assume, like, when I book parties, I'm like, this is a week of blah, blah, blah. I don't even mention that it's multi-hostess. I just assume that they know because they just participated in one. So I don't even like necessarily like bring it up.
All
But
of
like
that.
Cindy said, also you can say like, it's not, it's not just like all the attention's not on you. Like, there's going to be other hostesses. You're going to earn your own rewards. It's just going to increase interaction with more people there.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Okay.
Katie, can I say something real quick? I'm sorry,
Oh,
y'all are way
sure.
over, but this is way off of that. Just something that, but it kind of goes with it. Something that I've done the last two just single hostess parties lately is I actually have grown a backbone, and I've made them understand that my time is valuable, and I will not have a party if they're mass adding people to the party.
Mm.
They're going to follow my directions, and they're going to post on their page. And I kind of tell it like that. And I say, like I did it today to a girl, I said, I'm going to need you to post on your personal page. I'm going to need you to private message some folks. And once you do that, then I'll set up your party. So it's kind of like I make them do something for me to do something.
Mhm.
Because I've had dead parties where they're just mass adding and nobody accepts the invite. And then I had one last month actually, and Amy and I are in a group chat with some girls, and I was like, this joker has 3 people in here, and I'm one. I'm one of them, and her party starts tomorrow.
That's the
And she
worst.
posted for me like 5 times, and I'm like, and so I guess it just gave me validation, and so from like Amy, and I'm telling you guys like this is your like it's okay. Don't start the party unless you have like 10 people in there. Like there needs to be a minimum number that you're comfortable with your time, and your time
Yeah.
is valuable, and that's all I've got to say about that. So don't start the party unless you feel okay with it. Amen. Bye.
Well, and that's why when you said like you only schedule the day, like one day at a time, Lindsay, that's really helpful, because if you do schedule like 4 days out and then it doesn't end up happening or whatever, like that sucks. Okay, you guys, anybody else? Are you good? Was somebody going to say something? Okay, you guys are so awesome. It's just really nice to get a bunch of heads together. You're so super smart, and I think everybody's excited about this. I want to encourage you guys all to book a multi-hostess party, even if it's just 2 hostesses this month in April. You've got it. Block off some time. I put April 17th as the day. I'm doing mine like more like a little burst party with a few days ahead and a few days behind, but we can do it, guys, and make some big traction in our business in a short amount of time.
And it's seriously just a better use of your time.
Yeah, it is.
If you're the type of person that does one party a week with one hostess all 4 weeks out of the month, you are fucking crazy. Don't mind my language. Like you are wasting your time. Pick 1 week out of the month, put all 4 of those hostesses in one party and party 1 week, and then you won't be so freaking burnt out.
And honestly, it's better for the hostesses. They're not losing out. They're actually, their party will do better, you know?
Yes. Yes. There will be
Okay.
more engagement. And it honestly doesn't even matter if it does better. It's just a better use of your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who cares about them? It's about like this. You got to do what's better for you. So I say like, pick your goal number of hostesses. Like everybody's like, has a different goal for, your PV and whatever that, backs into as far as hostess goes. And you guys just pick 1 week out of the month. Party 1 week. I promise you it is a better use of your time than any other way. I just really believe that.
And on that note, I think we're ready to go. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. I will upload this. It might not come to you until the morning, but it will come to you. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your month. Talk to you guys soon.